Be ready. Start. The first respondent, that is the state of Haryana, contends that the charge sheet has been filed against the petitioners under sections 494, 495, 496, 406 and 498A IPC on 30th August 1996 itself, and that the case is also pending trial before the Judicial Magistrate First Class Nirvana. The state also contends that the investigation reveals that there is evidence against the petitioners for the offences in respect of which charge sheet has been filed. According to the state also, since no charge sheet under sections 3 and 4 of the Dowry Prohibition Act has been filed, there is no question of getting the sanction of the district magistrate for these offences. Therefore, the Learned Counsel for the state contends that this court cannot now quash the FIR and the consequential proceedings, since the charge sheet has been filed on 30th August 1996 itself. In support of this contention, the Learned Counsel for the first respondent also relied upon a decision of Honorable Supreme Court in State of Bihar versus P.P. Sharma AIR 1991 SC 1260, which certainly supports the contention of the first respondent, wherein the Honorable Supreme Court held that at a stage when the police report under section 173 CRPC has been forwarded to the magistrate after completion of the investigation, and the material collected by the investigating officer is under the gaze of judicial scrutiny, the High Court would do well to discipline itself not to undertake quashing proceedings at that stage in exercise of its inherent jurisdiction. The Learned Counsel for the petitioners, on the other hand, contends that if there are compelling reasons, the High Court can exercise the powers under section 482 CRPC. It was held that where extraordinary situation exists, inherent powers of this court under section 482 CRPC can be exercised, or when the bare reading of the FIR or complaint on its face value does not constitute any offence against the petitioner. But the Honorable Supreme Court in India in Meenakshi Bala versus Sudhir Kumar held that once the charges have been framed, the exercise of the powers under section 482 CRPC to quash the FIR and subsequent proceedings is not justified except in rare cases where forensic exigencies and formidable compulsions justify such a course. Therefore, it is clear in rare cases where there are compelling circumstances or exigencies which are formidable, this court can exercise its jurisdiction under section 482 CRPC to quash the proceedings before the trial court. So far as offences under section 494, 495, 496 are concerned, the petitioners contend that the complainant had not even mentioned the name of the alleged second wife and the date, time and place of the second marriage as well that there is also no allegation as to the manner in which the alleged second marriage was performed, and that except stating that the second marriage was performed in consultation with the present petitioners, their complicity in the alleged offences has not been mentioned. The learned counsel for the petitioners also contends that it is only the alleged second wife who could be aggrieved by the alleged second marriage, and so only either the alleged second wife or her relations can file the complaint for the offences under sections 494, 495, 496 IPC, and not the first wife or her relations. The learned counsel for the petitioners therefore contends that the complaint, in so far as the offences under sections 494, 495, and 496 IPC are concerned, is not maintainable. In view of the fact that the charge sheet has already been filed and the case is fixed for trial, this court will not ordinarily go into the question whether the allegations in the complaint with regard to the alleged offences under section 494, 495, and 496 IPC disclose the commission of such offences or not. Therefore, I desist from exercising the power conferred on this court to quash the proceedings under section 482 CRPC on the basis whether the complaint discloses a case or not. But the other objection taken by the petitioners is a legal and vital objection which goes to the very maintainability of the FIR and consequently the further proceedings. According to the petitioners, a complaint with regard to the offences under sections 494, 495, and 496 IPC can be lodged only by the alleged second wife or her relations as mentioned in section 198 of the CRPC and not by others, and therefore no complaint can be lodged by the father of the first wife, in this case the only wife according to the petitioners. Chapter 20th of the Indian Penal Code deals with the offences relating to marriage. Sections 494 to 496 are also found in the said chapter. Section 494 seeks to punish a husband or wife who marries during the lifetime of the other spouse where the second marriage is void by reason of its taking place during the lifetime of the husband or the wife, as the case may be.